Newsflash. Newsflash. Women have feelings. They can do other things than give birth, right? Sneako destroys unhinged feminist in heated debate. Let's hop in. Let's see what they have to say. And yeah.
And apply for that role to be president or prime minister because they think like that. Because they think, okay, I'm black. I don't have a chance.
In all fairness,
I don't have a chance. If you actually went to go and do it, and you actually put in the effort, and you were talented, and you put
over
the grind
30 years and doing everything he had to do to get in the position to even win. Because, I mean, the presidency is not something you apply for, right?
Yeah.
It's like over time, you come to know that, hey, I got a shot at this thing, and he ran for it. Dude, if Candace Owens ran tomorrow, I'd vote for her ass. Straight up, I would vote for her. Candace Owens ran for president tomorrow, I would vote for her.
I would vote for her.
That's such a...
I would.
Why?
Because I think she's intelligent.
She's
I think
base.
she knows her shit, and she's base as fuck.
Very base.
Yeah.
I think sometimes
vote for her.
that's the whole point of what I'm trying to say. Sometimes
And it's not because she's black, by the way.
No, I know, but
Zero because of that.
Denalva, you brought up quotas before.
Quotas of what?
Quotas, which is like getting a job because of your gender or your race.
I brought them up for what?
No, but I'm saying you seemed like you said it was a good thing. You think it's a good thing?
I think so.
Don't you think it's kind of a slap in the face because it's saying that you can't do it yourself?
No, not really. The reason why
I think quotas are. I think quotas are racist and sexist.
But it is. But the reason.
Let me just give like my 2 cents on quotas. I think that to some extent, right? To some extent, quotas are good, just so that there's some form of balance. Now, having quotas, right? Having quotas doesn't necessarily mean that you're losing value. You can require someone for a position that is this race and still meets the qualifications. So it doesn't necessarily have to mean that, because they hired me because I was black, doesn't mean I wasn't qualified for the role. Those two things can actually exist. A Latino or Latina qualified person. So I believe quotas, again, I feel all these things are good. It's just that when we take it to one extreme or the next, it becomes an issue. So yeah.
Reason why I'm a bit like I'm kind of going on the whole thing of use race as your superpower. I don't really care about why you're doing it. As long as I'm there and I can make something good out of it, then great. I'll go there and I'll turn it. It's an opportunity. So if somebody now was saying to me, okay, because you're mixed race and you got curly hair, we want you to present this show, primetime TV, but it's because you got curly hair, I'd be like, yeah, no stress. Like, let me do it. Let's see how I'm going to do. I'm going to get famous. I'm going to make money. I can open another business. I can empower through that opportunity that came from a bad reason.
Well, I think what is good about what you're saying is you're talking about seizing the opportunity and you're talking about using whatever prospects come along to get where you want to get to. I think there's almost like a schism in this conversation, isn't there? Because I think what these guys are talking about and probably what I'm talking about is more mindset based. And over here, we're getting into the weeds about some of these social issues, which do exist. 100% they do exist. But ultimately, overall, what we need to transcend that. Because actually, I mean, social class is a huge thing as well, right? And actually, you've sort of paid lip service to that. I mean, someone like Rishi Sunak, he's the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, but he came from an incredibly privileged background, right? So social class is a big thing, whether you're black or white or Asian or whatever. But people from very underprivileged social backgrounds can also go on to become hugely successful. So what we all need to do is think, sod my background, my race, my ethnicity, all of that stuff, it's irrelevant. How am I going to go out there and change the world today? What am I going to do? What steps am I going to take to make a dent in this universe before I die in this short period of time I've got here?
And furthermore, setting up the generations that come behind you.
Yeah.
Because for that man to be in a position to be prime minister, probably his grandpa was a G, his grandpa's grandpa was a G.
Yeah.
So it's a legacy thing and creating a family that sticks together and has certain family values that can literally propel into the future. Normally it takes a couple generations to create a Rockefeller type family.
Yeah.
And so if people start today building that legacy, then it's a really huge thing. In fact, I just got a text yesterday from an NBA player that wants to talk business about something. I knew who he was because he was in the league, but his father and grandfather own a large portion of real estate in Baton Rouge. And I knew who they were just from the real estate world. And so when his name's Collis Temple, he's my favorite NBA player. Not because he's the best player, it's because he's a fucking class act gentleman. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, I'll do whatever Collis wants to do. Let's do it. Let's make money, bro. And my suit guy's a black guy. He knew him. He gave me my cell phone number. The guy that made this suit, black guy, right? Gave me the contact, the plug. I don't care because money's green. And he and that family, the Temple family, is a great example of a legacy family. And that can be made if young men see that it's a possibility.
What about women?
And
Women too.
Yeah,
women too. But the thing about women is this. You have to understand that there's primal parts of us. And most often, like she was saying earlier, a woman would much rather be with a strong man she looks up to and be inside the frame of the family and do the maternal things, the things that matter, the things that the world cannot live without. A mother. I think being a mother is one of the strongest, most impressive, hard jobs on the planet. That baby will not sleep. You can't get any sleep. You've been pregnant. Your body's torn up. And then you still have to nurture that baby and not get upset with it, not shake it, it's maddening, right? Like, let's not belittle that job, one of the most important jobs on the planet, because you're molding the next generation that might be that legacy holder for your race or your family or whomever. So I think that it's really, really, really important that we put mothers on a pedestal more than we put rappers. And I don't mean that to disrespect you. I just mean it because it's what's important for the children.
And the thing is that feminism comes in and says that motherhood isn't enough.
Bullshit.
That even when we were talking about, you get to work, you get to do this. Well, we got to be mothers. I mean, my grandma, she had 9 kids, and she said her one regret in life is not having 12.
It wasn't being a rapper.
No, I wish.
It wasn't dropping 16 bars on Sway.
And I think that's one of the worst things about feminism is because if I was to speak out now and say that I just want to be a stay-at-home wife with 6 kids, people will look at me
I'd
when
call
I'm
you a hero.
say it's lazy. But I think that's like the best part.
Yes. Yeah. See, my mouse isn't showing, but this black lady here, man, I like so I think it's like gradual steps. That's one of the reasons why I feel the red pill is useful. The gradual steps are being taken. It's not one day that, everybody would realize that. And another thing that I like is that people can choose their paths. You don't want to be a mother, fine. Okay. You want to be a mother, but you don't want to work, fine. You want to be a mother and you want to work, that's also fine. Like, people can choose their paths. I find it very ridiculous, and I said it in like one of the last videos I reacted to. I think it's the Gen 1. I find it very ridiculous where people want to do something, and according to society, according to the standards and feminism, you're supposed to have a choice. And then when you make your choice, you're shamed for it. Thereby trying to discourage other people from making that choice. So if you get shamed for making a choice, it doesn't make sense, right? Like, yeah, people can deal with it, people can move on with the shame and all that, yeah, but people shouldn't be shamed for making a choice that is based on them, especially if the choice is not like something crazy or something dire. Right, just goes against your own perception of the world. But yeah, I enjoy when people like bring up that fact that they wanted to do something that was different from the norm, and then people started shaming them for it. It's kind of like interesting when the whole thing about feminism is giving women choices, and then when women actually exercise those choices, they're shamed for it. It's especially by other women. Doesn't make sense. So yeah.
Of a woman's life is having kids, and raising them is a privilege.
You want to hear what's going to call you lazy, though?
Huh?
You know who's going to belittle that?
Probably one of
Other women.
Yeah.
Men aren't going to look down at you for that. It's the competition.
Yeah.
This is why it's important. No, they wouldn't. Maybe
He's
completely right. He's completely right.
Weak men.
I don't think men would.
Weak men who might as well be women. This is why women need to be very careful who they keep around, because a lot of time you're in competition with each other, and misery loves company. 100%. Whenever a woman now on social media, when they see like a famous woman in a happy relationship, you see them all the time trying to bring him down, trying to catch him cheating. They want to be at the same level because it's jealousy. Misery loves company. mean? So a lot of the friendships that women have, they aren't productive whatsoever. A lot of them are feeding garbage. When you get in a breakup, when you have problems with your boyfriend and you go talk to your girlfriends, what do they say? Leave him. Yeah. Leave him right now. Let's go to the club. They don't actually promote anything positive. They just want to bring you back down to degeneracy.
And watch out. She might text him.
I had a friend that told me to leave him, but was texting him.
Yep.
Those are female friends. And that's what's really destructive about feminism is that you talk about female empowerment and then you guys bring each other down more than men do. That's actually the real misogyny, is you trying to destroy each other's lives and ruin each other's relationships for jealousy. We're not the misogynists because I'm speaking aggressive. It's misogynist to not want a woman to be a mother, which is the happiest state a woman could ever be in.
Wow. How can you say that?
What did I say that's
You're
wrong?
Such...
What is wrong about what I said?
Just say what you just said again.
I'm not repeating it for you. Like, see, right now, perfect example. You didn't even hear what I said. It's the way I said it, and now you're upset. You don't even know why you're mad.
I know what you said, but can you hear yourself speaking?
Okay. What did he say that was wrong?
It's how I said it, not what I said.
What did he say that was wrong?
Okay, what about all the barren women? What about women that can't have kids?
They're
she's useless.
Have you ever,
but those are outliers.
Have you ever spoken to a woman that can't have kids? That's barren?
Yes, I have.
They're usually miserable. They're not happy with that. And if you talk to, you know what percentage of women that don't have kids are happy with it? Less than 20%. So the majority of women that don't have kids are not happy. So he's right. What did he say that was wrong?
That's a perfect example of feelings over facts. She pulled the Greta Thunberg.
No, tell me. What did he say that was incorrect?
She went, how dare you?
He exists.
What did I say that was wrong?
Yeah, what did he say?
You just sound rude.
It's just like you're throwing out these facts like,
and you think girls are jealous.
A woman's sole purpose is to be a mother. Ooh.
Okay.
There's nothing more. There's nothing more. Okay, whilst I do believe there is nothing more important than.
But that's not what he said. That's not what he said. He said women, and you know what? Let's go back. What time is this? This is what 8. This is what 8. We'll say 8:13, right? Let's go back and hear what he said. Let's take it back.
You just said it.
I'm not repeating it for you. Like, see, right now, perfect example. You didn't even. It's misogynist to not want a woman to be a mother, which is the happiest state a woman could ever be in.
Wow.
So he said being a mother is the happiest state a woman can ever be in. Maybe not for most women, right? Maybe not for all women, but for most women, from what I've seen, even being a father is one of the happiest states that men can be in as well. Being a father, being able to protect and provide, and when I say protect, I'm not saying they have to fight, and like when they say protect the family legacy and all those things, we're not cavemen, we're not fighting, we're not back in the days that we're fighting for territory. All those, the way some red pill people make it seems like they go out and they're battling people on the streets and shit to get to work. Being a father, being able to provide and protect the family's legacy, being able to come home to a loving wife, those are like the most, that's when men are most happy. When they're, so it's saying that what Sneako is saying is wrong or it's blah, blah, blah is kind of disingenuous because you know what he means. You know what he's trying to get at. That's also another problem that I have. When people are trying to like make some certain points, they now try to discredit what the other person has said. You understand what he's trying to say, so stop like acting. Maybe there was kind of like a misunderstanding, but yeah, I understand what he's trying to say, and let's get back.
More important than having children. Name 5 things.
Being healthy.
No. I'm not asking you, Denalva. What's name 5 things?
Being healthy is a prerequisite of having kids, though.
Let her talk.
Your actual career, your dreams. From a little girl, from a child, all girls, we all have a dream. Like whatever the dream is.
Prince Charming, usually.
Not all of us have the Prince Charming dream.
Being stable.
Okay. So wait. I just want to talk to you. So your career. What else? What else is more important?
Your mental stability, your health, your contribution to society outside of motherhood.
So you're 65.
Okay.
By yourself.
Okay.
Your career is more important.
yeah, I'm a cat mom, and I've got a great career. I've made my mark in this world, just like a man has. Because if a man doesn't have kids at 65, the society look at him in any way.
I agree that mental stability is important, but for me, if I hit, let's say, 30 and I have no...
Wait, if a man doesn't have kids at 65, society definitely looks at him some type of way. Let's not get it twisted. Again, I think it also depends on the society you're coming from. Here in Nigeria or in Africa, if you don't have kids at a certain age, whether you're a man or a woman, they look at you some type of way. They might not talk to you the same way they talk to, they might not talk to a man the same way they talk to a woman, right? But they will definitely look at you some type of way. When you go to family gatherings, you're going to feel it. You will feel it that this person. Because at a certain age for both men and women, you're expected to have some certain things. You're expected to settle down at some point. But I feel like people try to do this false equation thing where they're like, oh, because women are 65 and men, if you're a man and you're 65, I best believe I'll be looking at you weird. Like, I would understand that, life is not the same for everyone, but I would be like, what's up with this guy that he doesn't want to have kids? Same way I would look at a woman, like, what's up with you that you don't want to have kids? If you explain to me, it's not that you owe me an explanation, but if we get close enough and then you do happen to explain, I don't want kids because of XYZ, I'll be like, okay, that's cool. But people will still look at you weird. So let's not get it twisted.
Kids, my mental stability will be very low. I will be depressed, and even though I want to be this, I want to be that, I want to have a career so badly. If I don't have kids, I wouldn't know what to do with myself.
You're completely right. Let me just tell you something right now. Like you said, you're going to be a cat mom.
No, I'm not saying I'm going to be. I'm saying there's women like that.
Is that what you want?
You're on the right path.
And not only that, women turn to lesbians.
Is that what you want? Genuinely, I'm not trying to be aggressive.
No,
do you want to be a cat mom rapper?
No.
She was kidding.
And you talk about your contribution to society. It's dropping a rap song, having an Instagram where your tits are out, and then having some cats. Is that what you want to leave?
Is that what you think women do?
I haven't seen your Instagram.
Outside of motherhood, that's probably that's the only value you see in a woman. The only thing that
I'm asking you.
No, but I'm saying the only value that a woman has in your eyes is motherhood. So every woman that you get with,
that's the most important.
Every woman you get with, as long as she has kids, she's valuable.
I'm not talking about women I get with.
No, but is that what you're trying to say then?
The highest contribution to society a woman has is mothering.
So what's the highest contribution that a man has, in your opinion?
Invent, build, and maintain society.
Creation.
Can I just challenge you quickly? Didn't you say that there would be none of this without women having children? You said that in the beginning.
I agree. But what I'm trying to say is I don't like the fact that there's a lot of men who have this mentality towards women. I don't see your value as a woman outside of let me marry you, let me breed you like a fucking cow, and then you're gonna stay there. I'm gonna do what I need to do, and all your
let me allow her. Let me allow her finish.
In your whole existence is to do nothing but have my kid. But that is crazy, bro.
But why is that? But why?
All right, so I do understand her sentiment where, again, most of the red pill community, they make it seem like that's all women are for, that they're here to just breed and have your kids and that's all, take care of the home, and that's all they're good for. They're not supposed to think, they're not supposed to make any contributions to your business. I find that very, that's also a problem. Women are more than birth pods, right? They're more than that. They're more than an incubator to keep your child and then continue your legacy. Actually, more than that. They're people. they have feelings. Newsflash. Women have feelings. They can do other things than give birth, right? They can do other things than give birth. They're supposed to support you, right? And you're supposed to support them as well as a man. So it goes both ways. I don't know why. I understand where she's coming from, because she has definitely heard a lot of oh, you're supposed to be a woman, you're supposed to give birth to my child and blah, 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 all that, jazz. But every other thing is counterfeit. Every other thing is by the side. Yeah.
Why is that a bad thing?
It's not a bad thing.
That's what my grandma did. She had 9 kids and now she has over 50 grandkids.
And I feel like you're making it seem more terrible than what it actually is.
You compared motherhood to being a cow. You just compared motherhood to being bred like a cow.
No, she's comparing like the attitude that.
I heard what she said. Why are you trying to fix what she said?
Because you're misinterpreting what she said. I heard something different. She's not saying that. She's saying the attitude that people have to say that women should just be mothers and your motherhood is the most important thing.
And she belittled it.
No, wait. Yeah. What she's trying to really say is that attitude that you say that's what women are for, what they are about, makes it look like we're just like little, what do you call it?
Cows.
Like cattle.
What do you call the dog girl?
Bitch.
Like, is that what you call it
Female
when you
dog,
do breeding?
bitch.
When you talk
No one
about
said
the
that
breeding?
word.
But
No.
I see you starting to realize this. You're the Jesus lover over here. Hold on. You're starting to realize the mindset that a lot of these women have. They're comparing motherhood to being bred like a cow.
I feel like it's just very backwards because I feel like with you, and I'm not trying to attack you, but I just feel like you're trying to make it seem more dark than what it actually is. No, but a lot of men, yes, they're very privileged by the fact that they've picked a woman and they want to have children with them, but it's not just centered around them. Maybe they just love their company.
It's not.
Maybe they just love their softness. You're just making it seem like men just come and just like, let me have your children. That's like 5% of men. Not all men think that way.
That the men. It's not in the vast majority of cases. It's not that the men just look at the woman as this kind of breeding animal. Yeah. He's like, right, I'm going to impregnate her. It's this very animalistic thing. I mean, we're talking about love. We're talking about love. We're talking about he falls in love with that woman. He wants to reproduce, to build a family with her.
Exactly.
I mean, that's an incredible thing.
That's what they're talking about.
Wait, can you explain what you were talking about? What are you talking about then? If you're not talking about that.
No, I don't think they're talking about that because they haven't made it clear. You just said that motherhood's the most important thing. So for you, your sole purpose is to get with a woman and have a kid with her, and that's bingo. That's all she can do.
I want to clarify. Career is more important than motherhood. Yes or no?
So
in a society, career is more important than motherhood. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Depends.
No. Yes or no?
No, but it depends.
No, because
it depends on what society you live in.
No. Career is never more important than motherhood. It is never more important. Ever. Never, ever more important. No matter the society, career is never more important than motherhood. For women. Never. Same way your career as a father is not more important than being a father. Because you can have a fantastic career and you're not there for your kids, and then your kids grow up and they're useless and they're menaces to society. And at the end of the day, they're problems to you as a family. That's not so it's like the same way as a mother as well, and you're trying to stay with your career. For both genders, it doesn't work. Your career shouldn't be more important than your family or your children. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. So yeah.
The way you're arguing, you're just arguing with everything.
No, but
so you're not even making a clear point. Like if your point is that career is more important than motherhood, say it.
It depends where you are in the world, because she's like, everyone comes from a different place here. What you said.
I educate children that come from very, very difficult backgrounds.
Denava, what do you? Okay.
What I'm saying is, okay, we're dealing with the facts of the West right now, innit? Like, this is where we're at. Not in Africa, not in, do you get it? Like, other countries where they have these values that, and some men still have that mentality that a woman's not, it's like.
But how happy is the West?
What results does that lead to? Are women happier in the West?
I think so.
I don't think so at all.
Let me just think this through with you, okay? How would we measure if women are happier in the West or in other countries? The rate of women on what? Antidepressants. Because you would agree, depressed women take drugs, right?
I beg you.
To not be depressed, right?
Okay.
So if the women in the West are on antidepressants higher, that means our results are not good. If we're more obese than other countries, our results are not good. So.
Yet we're more successful.
Not in terms of happiness. You're basing success monetarily. Success is about enjoyment of life. It's not about rapping
Quality
and making
of
Wait,
money.
I thought y'all weren't paid
quality.
equally.
What?
I thought you weren't paid equally.
That's not what she
Are you
said. That's what
financially
feminists
successful?
say. No, she means more financially independent.
Success
which
is
a
not
good
about how
thing,
much money you're
because
making.
financial independence is important. For example, I'll give you
The average woman makes like $25,000 a year.
No,
pounds.
financial independence
So they're not
is
that
important.
successful.
Can I ask you a question?
That's poverty.
Okay, compared to
poverty.
the countries,
Where they
compared
probably
to-
would have a better lifestyle because they live off of their family's income, off of their husbands.
You know, sister, can I say something? Yeah, it's important for women to have financial stability, because you can't always rely on men to be there
Financial
to give you things.
independence.
Because it's not just because men are trash and men are not reliable. Everybody dies, which means that you as a woman need to also be able to count on a way to stabilize yourself. Because if you do have children, you also need to be able to provide for the children should things go wrong, for example. So that's why certain things like financial independence and having a career can be important for a woman. And I know this because I speak about my mom from experience. If she didn't go to work and she was a housewife, if she didn't go to work, we would have been suffering. We should have had to go jump in bed with somebody else to provide for her, which she didn't do. So she went to work. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing for women to go and work and have a career.
I don't think what we're trying to say that women working is a bad thing. What we're trying to say is women putting work over family is a bad thing, because if you go back to what Pearl said.
Yes, that is all. That is all I'm getting from this argument. They're not saying that women shouldn't work. They're not saying that, women should only be housewives. They're saying you shouldn't put your career, you shouldn't put your work over your family. You shouldn't put your work or your career over your motherhood. Same thing as a father, as a man. You shouldn't put your career over being a father, or your career over your family. In the long run, none of them works well. It doesn't work well in the long run for either case. So yeah, I think that, and I feel like they're both arguing different things. That's the problem. But hopefully this kind of reels brings them closer to the middle so they can kind of agree, because I don't understand the disagreements here.
The results have been bad. They've been horrible.
Also, as well, a lot of work is not really what it's cracked up to be. I mean, it seems like women have worked really, really hard and fought really hard to be able to go and work in cubicles for 8 hours a day, which is pretty shit. Let's face it. Most people aren't going to become Cardi B. Most people aren't going to become like a world famous rapper or a super influencer, right? Most jobs are not very good. So why is this importance put onto that when actually most people are trying to get out of work because it's out of normal jobs because they're so terrible?
It's because feminism made these women think that being a mother is a bad thing, that they're oppressed, that they compare it to cows, to being bred. They don't see any value in being a mother.
I was wrong with Sneako. Yeah, guys. That's the end of that. That was a very interesting conversation. Again, I'll try to be doing more of these kind of things. I agree with some of the things the Red Pill community has to say. There is some value in that. However, there should be a balance. There should be a middle ground, because if you tilt so far to the right or so far to the left or so far up or so far down, a lot of nuance gets lost. And it kind of becomes a problem in the long run, where the pendulum swings too far to one side and then it has to correct and swing, even further to the other side. So, I just want to kind of lend my voice, lend my ideas, lend my thoughts to topics like this. This isn't something I'll be doing all the time because it's actually draining, and most times some of the arguments are disingenuous from both sides. There's a lot of attacking and name calling and blah blah blah. So, and this isn't really the kind of stuff that I like talking about. I love like lighthearted stuff, just fun stuff. But yeah, occasionally I do have to I feel like I want to talk about some of these topics more. So, So yeah, all right. Take care. Stay safe. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it. Leave your comments. I'm still figuring out my sound and all those things. So if you have any like ideas to help me do stuff better, if it doesn't sound very awesome on your end, you can like shoot me a message in the comments. I'll check it out. I'll respond, and I'll take to the feedback. So yeah, take care. Stay safe. Peace. Were you seriously just going to enjoy the video and not like or leave a comment or subscribe? Really? Really?